Only 12 miles north of San Francisco is a patch of nature filled with towering giant redwoods. You can have fresh air and a totally different mindset in a matter of hours. Let me take you on a quick tour. The Muir Woods National Monument is only 12 miles north of San Francisco and is managed by the National Park Service. It is an old-grown coastal redwood forest, or called Sequoia trees. The weather is cool and moist through the year. The park offers hiking-friendly paths winding through giant trees belong to a forest that has attained great age without significant disturbances. 150 million years ago, the ancestors of redwood and sequoia grow throughout the United States. Today, such trees can only be found in a narrow coastal belt in Northern California and Southern Oregon. Some of the trees you see here were baby trees in the year 900. Unfortunately, in the early 20th century, most of the giant trees have been cut down. North of San Francisco, a region called the Redwood Canyon remains untouched. A person named William Kent, together with his wife Elizabeth Kent, bought over 610 acres of the forested land for $45,000. The family bought the area to protect and preserve it and worked to get President Roosevelt to declare it a monument. In 1907, a water company tried to put a dam on the Redwood Creek and flood this area. The water company demanded the land using a clause called the eminent domain. Kent has to prevent this from happening, so he donated half of the land to the United States government and hence making the land federally owned. In 1908, the National Park Service officially established the Muir Woods National Monument, after Kent insists the park be named after the great naturalist John Muir. To do good deeds takes money. William Kent's early life was spent in Chicago. His father, Albert, came from a prosperous farming family in Connecticut and attended Yale. He built a family fortune, with businesses scattered from New York to St. Louis. After the Great Chicago Fire of 1871, the elder Kent moved his family to California. There, young William learned to appreciate the natural beauty that surrounded him. In 1903, a friend took them to Redwood Canyon, urging them to buy the grove and protect the majestic trees. At the time, much of the surrounding land was being plundered for timber and commercial use. Hesitant, the couple did buy all 611 acres for $45,000, the lowest possible price, for preservation and not for exploitation. He said, "When we save nature, we save up an undiminishing hoard of peace and joy for millions who will never hear about us. If we have enjoyed, let us pass the joy on. For our debt to the past can be paid in no other way." The park has a very pleasant hiking trail that is very kids and family friendly. There are 6 miles of trails. You can choose between a half-an-hour loop, a 1-hour loop, and a 1.5-hour loop, as well as longer hikes on trails that extend into surrounding state park. Please be aware, in order to visit the park, you need to reserve parking space online ahead of time. It is advisable to check the weather and bring hike boots and rain gear with you, as it frequently rains in the groove. The park belongs to the Golden Gate National Recreational Area, which has a lot of fun trails and sights to offer. We will cover these in future episodes. If you enjoy, please come back for more future episodes where we venture in the great outdoors of Northern California.